Your grandfather was a bodyguard for Al Capone.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah. True.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Take a seat. Choose a seat. Make yourselves comfy. Matthew McConaughey and Hugh Grant are live. Now, this is
We are live.
Live.
I'm very,
9:10
first of all,
a.m.
lovely to see you both.
London.
Thank you.
Hugh, how are you?
Yes, terrible. Thank you.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm fine. I'm also sleep deprived, but that's children. I have one child who's never been asleep.
Oh, no.
2 years. A medical phenomenon. Yeah.
You love it, though, don't you? You love it.
I find myself, I'm a very touching father.
Right.
I find my love for my children enchanting, yes.
You're both family men. You're both married. You've got beautiful families. Are you looking forward to Christmas when all the work is finished and you get to relax?
I've always been a Christmas person. Love the whole thing. I love tinsel.
Do you? More than anything.
Yeah, your listeners can't see this, but I'm actually wearing some tinsel now.
Yeah,
around my neck.
you are
I'm feeling very, very Christmassy.
Yeah. Why do you not like
tinsel?
Why do you not like Christmas?
No, because I was a miserable batch for years and years. In fact, I used to go deliberately to a Muslim country every Christmas with my old dad because he hated it too. We'd play golf and then come back when it was all over.
Really?
And there's a part of me that still thinks
Great
the
idea.
biggest celebration of the year is the moment you're walking down the street and there's dead Christmas trees in the pavement.
Wow.
I give them a kick.
I would never have thought that Hugh Grant was so
I
anti-Christmas.
know. Oh, what a
Oh,
shame.
no, this is perfect.
Do you think?
This is perfect.
Your character in this movie, in The Gentleman, very different to a lot of the roles that you have played. Different accent, different look, different everything. He's a very likable but slightly creepy character.
Well, I'm sorry to hear he's likable, unless it's kind of, we enjoy him being so repellent.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, yes, that's fine. Yeah, no, he's repulsive, and he's I mean, I think Guy wanted me to do it as it's a bit of an in joke because he's a private investigator working for a tabloid newspaper, and Guy knew my feelings and my campaigning on those things, and so I got the joke of that, and yeah, and I sat down with some guys who used to be private investigators working for tabloids and who, in fact, in some cases used to hack my phone, but have now sort of come over to my side of that particular argument. And yeah, I got some tips off them and some inspiration.
Where is the voice, the accent?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got one source. It just sort of happened. But I used to have two voices. When I was growing up, I had this sort of posh voice at home, but then I had a much more London voice at school. I didn't even know I had two voices. But
Are you a street when you were at school?
I think to fit in, I was street, yeah. And then my parents were very shocked when they came to speech day and heard me saying, "Good afternoon, to smash 'em up. We're having tea. Do take a cup, you know."
That's lovely. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Matthew, how's your Cockney accent?
Not that good.
So the movie is Matthew plays Mickey Pearson, who has built up a huge marijuana empire, and basically your character wants to get out of the business,
gracefully.
Sell the business.
Yes.
Yeah. And again, a really likable, naughty boy.
Yeah.
I think so. It's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hugh plays, as we were saying, Fletcher, who's the private investigator, who is a very different look and a very different feel, and shenanigans ensue, and it's a great story. I really like the way that they've done it. It's very clever.
Guy does that. He loves a good riddle and a good whodunit.
Yeah.
You know, in these sort of gangster underworlds of these misanthropes all trying to, have a power dynamic. He's done it in a few pictures. It's the kind of picture I wanted to work with Guy Ritchie on. One of these smaller scale gangster comedies.
And stylish. I mean, that's the thing
really
about
stylish.
Guy. There's not many directors who can do style like him. It sort of oozes out of every pore of him. And interesting, my wife, who pretty much hates every film I've ever been in, she loved this one.
Great.
And she said it was just sexy, which is weird. She said it's style, which she loves villains. She likes bad boys. So she married the wrong man, really.
Your your upbringing, your family life, your home life when you were younger fascinates me so much.
Really?
Your parents and your parents' parents. When I was researching this, I just think you must have had the most crazy but brilliant childhood growing up.
It was never boring.
No.
Yeah, my parents were absolute outlaws, but in a wonderful way. We always had love in the family, but we had a whole lot of these, I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Wow.
And then, you know, my mother, for instance, she could be a character in this movie, The Gentleman. Her middle finger's broken 4 times.
By you?
No, by my father from banging him in the forehead, just egging it on until he finally was like, and she to this day says, that's what I needed to communicate.
Wow, look at that.
They were wild. Divorced twice, married 3 times to each other.
To each other.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I could
They were wild, man.
I could just sit with you for hours and just get you to tell stories about.
I've got some. I've got quite a few, and they'll be coming out in the form where you can read them soon.
Your mother, who's still alive, she's
Absolutely.
still going strong.
87.
I watched some interviews with her as well, weirdly, and so your mum's mum left when your mum was very young.
Yep.
And your mum's dad, your granddad, raised your mother.
Yep.
But she also, I watched an interview with her, and she dropped in this little nugget of information that blew my mind. She said that her father was a bodyguard for Al Capone.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah. True.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah. It's
Look at that.
It's a colourful past. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. And then look at you. What a successful family the McConaughey's are. Look at you.
I'm the least ham of all the McConaughey's.
You think?
Absolutely.
No.
My mother. Her dream was to be a Golden Girl dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and she still to this day, every set, gets on set. Who's the one that can make stuff happen? And so I'll point out somebody who maybe is not the one who can make it happen, but I know it's going to be embarrassed, and she'll go corner him and start pitching a story. And this is the movie you need to make.
Oh, really?
And da 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 da. And sometimes she's even pitched The Graduate, with me playing the Dustin Hoffman role and her playing Anne Bancroft.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The Chris Moyles Show.